Still men now ask me how. It was a badge that we had mass-made for a meeting. Very straightforward, uncomplicated feminism, which proclaimed men as the problem. And it was not poverty, it was not class, it was not race. We were told by men on the left that ours was a bourgeois cause, that we had to wait until the proper revolution before we could then say that women deserved liberation. We didn't agree with that. We knew that actually what we deserved was freedom from the tyranny of male oppression, and we were going to get it by any means necessary. We're heterosexual women who were on our side. But what I could never understand, and I did resent, was them going home to men at night. It just seemed such a contradiction. And often I would get very angry when I would challenge them about this, and they would say, well, that's just the way I am, I just don't fancy women. Having no understanding at all of the fact that sexuality is a social construct, and that we all make choices depending on the way that we want to live in the world we want to see. We rejected makeup, we rejected hair colouring, we rejected the kind of clothing that would make us look as if we were sexual objects, and we wore clothes that were more practical than feminine.
Were you separatist?
Oh yes, we were separatist. There were times actually when we took it to a ridiculous extreme. But often I would walk into town rather than get on a bus, so I didn't have to actually deal with men who would chat to me. I would more or less tell men to piss off in the street as I started to chat. And if I was in a greengrocer's and I was called darling or love, then I would challenge it. I mean, it was well over the top, but at the time it was actually quite exciting. But we were damned if we were going to follow advice that police gave us and either ask a man to accompany us, remember that man could well be a sexually violent man himself, or stay in. Why wasn't there a curfew on men? Why wasn't it that men were told, be at home by 8 o'clock or account for your whereabouts? That was far more important in terms of keeping women safe. However we dress, wherever we go, no means no, means no, means no. There were liberals who said yes means yes and no means no, but we decided that actually just no would do. There were times when toilets in cinemas were blocked with concrete and eggs were thrown at the screen, that kind of thing. So there was always something going on, and we had really strict rules that whoever was doing it didn't tell the others, and that we do not to this day know anything that was done by outsiders. I know what I was involved in, and I couldn't tell you what anybody else was involved in. There was quite extreme action taken on sex shops. Some of them were burnt down. All over the place, women were discovering that their grandmothers were Jewish and that they'd only found out on their deathbed, or that somebody was third-generation Irish and took it on as if they were still, you know, living in Kilkenny, eating potatoes and working on a farm. I really couldn't bear all that town hall feminism. We called those women femocrats, I seem to remember. They were just earning their salary, doing bits of equal opportunities feminism between 9 and 5, and then going home to their comfortable houses. We were always more radical than that.